Okay, so as I said, we are continuing with the Nyquist stability criteria. At this stage, we would like to, have certain background on the topic before we go to the criteria. Okay, one of the things which we would like to discuss is the analytic function. Okay, what's an analytic function? Did you come across the analytic function? Which course you took analytic function, by the way?
302 ما 302 yeah I remember this name يعني analytic function.
Abdurrahman, not only math 302. I think if you go back to math 101 or 102 in one of them, because what's an analytic function?
Do you mean math 202 when we solve the differential equations?
No,
We use Taylor series to solve differential equations, and we.
Zuhair, even before that, I think it is, when did you take Taylor series?
We take it, yes, in math 102 at the end, yeah.
102.
At the end of math, yes.
Yeah. Look, because what's analytic function is a differentiable function. A function that, the derivative exists, all the derivative exists for that function. I'm sure it is in 102 or 101.
Yeah, but Doctor, we have in complex something which is similar to tire, a series also. I don't remember what is called a series. It is very similar to the tire series.
There are, but anyway.
Yeah.
An analytic function is function.
دكتور.
Okay, we are talking about points. So tell me. Yes.
معليش دكتور بس السيلبس عارف الموضوع ما له دخل بس السيلبس الموجود في البلاك بورد هو الابديتد سيلبس او
الابديت I think so ليش؟
يعني الفاينل اكزامز حتبدا 23 ماي.
We will talk about the final exam once we know. Definitely it's going to be advanced, and until now we did not have the information. Once we have
عشان يا دكتور في طلاب جامعات الثانية الأسبوع الجاي عندهم فاينلز وإحنا ما إحنا عارفين الحين إيش بيصير عندنا.
أنت ما سامع جدة غير KFUPM غير.
أوكي.
يا سلام.
فإحنا we are different.
Yes.
أعتقد الحين they are Dean of Admission and Registration and the Registrar, they are cooking. How can we shouldn't miss any lecture. So maybe I will not be surprised to have, a makeup class on next Saturday or something.
Yeah, maybe we'll have, a couple of classes on Saturday.
So anyway.
And exams on Friday, يعني after exactly the prayer.
Maybe.
After الخطبة, you go and.
Inshallah. We will definitely we'll be talking about it. We'll be talking.
Doctor, I think يعني co-op with this because I know some professors in جامعة الملك سعود وكذا, and they are saying that professors should be lenient with such يعني situations.
And we are always, Abdurrahman, lenient. احنا lenient in the sense that we would like to prepare you in the best way we can. Okay. اما انه lenient ونص الكورس ما اعطيك اياه, this is حرام علي.
صحيح, لا طبعا.
No, don't worry شباب, يعني we will definitely handle it. We will work whatever the خادم الحرمين الشريفين جزاه الله خير, he cares about everybody, and واعتقد it is very logical يكون الاكزام قبل العيد, and definitely we will go by that one. We will do our best and how to optimize, how to make sure that, and look, by now يعني main thing of the course being taught, يعني آخر موضوع هو Nyquist. The rest it is design. Definitely we need the design, بس مش heart of the course هذا, يعني it will be addition. It is important, لكن على الأقل أنت عندكم background اللي it make you يعني able to do the design. So anyway.
Can you at least consider not making the final comprehensive?
يا ابني, حتى لو ما أقول لك ما هو comprehensive, بس انا اذا اجيب لك سيركت اوكي اقول لك شوف لي النايكوست حق السيركت هذه. How do you do? What do you do? You have to find the transfer function. So هو it is not necessarily يعني ال comprehensive يعني it is how do you understand the whole course. يعني بعض الماتيريال اوكي تعتمد على الماتيريال اللي قبلها. فهو الكومبريهنسيف in the sense definitely more emphasis. يعني عندنا ماتيريال ما شاء الله الروت لوكس البادي النايكوس we'll have enough material. يعني الماتيريال الاولى يعني it is a basic, it's a fundamental of the of the end of the course. So maybe okay I will talk to Dr. Steve. I don't think we will be having maybe modeling if you are what you are saying for example. ولكن there is certain thing I mean even though I mean we are not going specifically on it, but they are embedded at the end.
Yes, I see.
Okay. So anyway,
Okay.
now back to the analytic. S+1. Is this where is this function not analytic?
-1.
At the pole. So it is singular in there because the derivative doesn't exist. The function itself, it doesn't exist at the -1, at the pole. So
Yes.
at which P is not analytic is a singular point or point of singularity. A pole of P of S is a singular point. Let's talk about another definition. A closed contour in a complex plane is a continuous curve beginning and ending at the same point. What we have in here, I have two planes, the S plane and F of S. F of S, it means the characteristic equation plane. It's a complex plane, and this is also complex plane. So let me take this point. The contour A, if I start from Q, go all the way and come back to it. This is called a closed contour because I started at a point and come back to the same point. The same thing in here. So a closed contour is, just, a path you take in a plane and you go all the way and come back to that point. All points to the right of a contour as traverse in a prescribed direction are said to be enclosed by it. That's basically, I have those two situations. This is closed and this is also closed. Now, according to the definition, is this point enclosed in the path or not? Am I enclosing this point?
No.
No. Any point in here being enclosed because we are saying go to the right of my movement. I'm moving in this direction, so to the right, it means this is the right. While in here, I'm moving in the other direction, in the counterclockwise direction. So a point here is not enclosed. The point in here are enclosed in the path.
لحظة دكتور معليش ايش البوينت اللي ما enclosed؟
What we are saying according to the definition,
Yes.
all points to the right, you have closed contour. Start from this point, let's say, and go all the way. And if your contour is, let's say, in the clockwise direction. So I will look into the area to the right of it, and that will be enclosed by the path, by the contour.
دكتور right to the contour will be not enclosed, will be out of the contour ولا؟
No, it will be enclosed. If you
يعني right with respect to
right
what?
of the contour as traverse مع ال direction حقه.
إيه.
I'm moving in here in this direction.
جميل. So I imagine that I am يعني on the surface if you will.
Exactly. On the circle in here وتعطي ال direction. تقول to the left ولا to the right.
تمام.
In here it is the opposite direction. I'm moving the counterclockwise. So my right will be the other side. Okay. Well, what we have in here, a clockwise traverse around a contour is defined as positive direction. So I have to, since I'm moving either clockwise or counterclockwise, I will, give them, positive or negative. So we'll take the, the positive direction is the clockwise, the negative direction is the counterclockwise.
This is just arbitrary convention.
Okay.
This is arbitrary convention, Dr. Son.
No, this is the convention which we'll be using. No, we will be using in all of the analysis. What we are going to do, this is the convention.
Yeah, because clockwise in many in literature and physics, usually we are considering it as negative.
In Nyquist, this is the direction which we are going to take, and more. We are going to see a little bit more. Okay, so this is the definition which we are giving, and we are going to stick with it for this course. Maybe in other courses it will be different, or in another material depending on the application. But at least in here, in what we want to study, this is the direction which we are going to have. Now, this is important. A closed contour in the P-plane is said to make positive encirclements of the origin if a radial line drawn from the origin to a point on the curve rotate in clockwise direction through 360 degrees or 720 or multiple of that, in completely traversing the closed path. If the path is traversed in clockwise direction, okay, if the path traversed in counterclockwise direction, then the encirclement will be negative. So I have positive encirclement and I have negative encirclement. Sometimes.
What it means, Dr. Encirclement?
What create what?
What it means, encirclements.
Encirclement. Okay, if you give me 1 minute, I will show you encirclement. I'm going around. Okay. Okay, suppose this is, I'm going, this is my path. And this is the origin. I'm encircling. It is inside my path. Encircling, يعني تلف.
تحيط بها.
Okay.
تمام.
So let's take, okay, look, in here, this is the origin. And we said, in order to determine the encirclement, I will take a radial line from the origin to infinity and count how many times I'm intersecting or cutting the path which go around the origin. So in here, how many times I'm cutting the path?
3 times.
3 times. Which direction?
Counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise, which means that I'm encircling, I'm going around the origin 3 times in the counterclockwise direction. So
which is negative.
-3.
The negative come because it is counterclockwise.
كيف؟
يعني السالب بسبب انه counterclockwise.
Yes, yes. لو كان كده مثلا, okay, suppose I have okay, then take this is the point. How many times now? How many times I'm going around the origin?
2 times.
2 times. Okay. And
دكتور.
And they are positive direction, so n equal to 2 in this case. Sometimes in weird cases, you could have the first one, okay, I mean, there is a possibility, in the first one you are doing it, you are cutting in here, and the second one you are cutting in the in the other direction. So the net will be 0. You add the positive and the negative. So you take,
دكتور
yes, تفضل.
بدون الايرورز كيف اعرف كم لوب
كيف
في
تعرف
المثال في المثال هذا
اوكي الارو هذا قصدك؟
ايه لو ما حطهم كيف عرفت انه 3 لوبس؟
اذا ما حطيناها ما يعني تقول not enough information in the question.
يا سلام.
ما اقدر اعرف يعني.
No. Look, for the time being, we are giving it to you. Ultimately, as we move in the course, you graph it, you find it yourself, and you decide. But you have to, it has to be, يعني, either you have a system, you do the graph for it, and from the graph, you see, are you going in the right, in the clockwise or counterclockwise, or it will be given to you. But you know, if there is no direction, then definitely the information is not enough. You cannot tell. Okay.
يس واضح دكتور ذكره.
كيف؟
اقول واضح دكتور ثلاثة.
الله يخليك. Okay. Properties of the mapping. A P is a single valued function. That's basically to every point in the S-plane, map into one and only one point in the P-plane.
يعني it's 1 to 1 and on to function.
It is 1 to 1. Okay. If you have
and on to also, right?
If
An on to function.
كيف on to لا 1 to 1 or 1 to many.
No, 1 to 1.
Yeah,
and
1 to
1 to 1 and on to means it is for each value in the B, there is only one value connected or mapped from S plane. This is what it means.
No,
1 to 1 and on to.
I think okay. No, it is.
Let's take an example.
Okay, mapping, no, it is 1. يبني. It is 1 to 1. 1 to 1. We are going to have a single. Okay, 1 to 1.
يعني can we have, Doctor, for example, 2 values in S plane which maps to one value in the B plane?
No.
So it has to be onto with that definition, because we have 2 properties for the function.
If I have,
we have 2 properties, Doctor, for the function.
Okay,
to be a function.
No, look.
To be a.
It's 1 to 1. Let's take the 1 to 1. Okay.
Yes.
Check, but it is 1 to 1.
Yeah, of course it's 1 to 1. بس أنا بفهم يا دكتور لأنه في عندنا 2 properties للfunction. Rigorous definition of function. We have 2 properties.
Okay, what we are using, okay, we are limiting ourselves to, again, look, all the theorem, they have certain assumption. They go based on certain assumption. I cannot change the assumption and then I expect the result from the theorem. So in order for me to move, I have to assume certain things. Okay, the S-plane contour.
لو تعطينا مثال دكتور أتوقع بتوضح أكثر مع مثال توضح إن شاء الله.
إن شاء الله. In the S-plane contour, avoid a singular point. That's basically, if I have, this is my path, let's say in the S-plane. If there is a pole in here or a pole in here, we will take a detour. We avoid singular point. We avoid poles in the path. Every closed contour in the S-plane maps into a closed contour in the P of P-plane or F of S-plane. This is basically from the complex variable. This is if in 302, I think you have taken it. principle of,
and forget it also as well.
okay. So the Cauchy theorem, okay. The Cauchy theorem stated that if a contour in the S-plane encircles number of zeros and poles of a given characteristic equation, and the traversal in the clockwise direction along the contour, the corresponding contour in the characteristic equation, okay, will encircle the origin, okay, n naught, where n naught equals z naught minus p naught. Let's, understand it, and later on we'll see. This is basically what we will be using in the stability. This particular thing we will be using in the stability. What we are saying in here, suppose I have a system. This is, let's say, G of S. It has, let's say, 1 over, suppose I have S plus 1, S plus 2. Or let's say minus. Then, okay. So what's the characteristic equation? Can you tell me?
1 plus the open loop gain.
Okay, S minus 2 equal to 0, which is equal to, or let me write it. It's going to be, okay, it's going to be.
We are just concerning with the characteristic equation, right, Doctor?
That's correct, because all what you need to understand stability is the characteristic equation.
It is S square minus S plus 1.
So basically, I want to put it, it's going to be, it's going to be S square S plus 2, okay, plus S plus,
S minus 1, minus 2.
Over, look. I want to put it over. So basically, it's going to be in here S plus or minus 2. And in here, I will have S square minus 2S plus S plus 1. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. Look.
It is unstable.
No, wait. No, wait. You cannot conclude. Oh, yes. Suppose, let's put it in this way. There.
Because there are thirds.
Okay. Now, what does this represent? S and S plus 2.
2 balls, type 1.
What the system of the original system?
Open loop.
Original stable.
The pole of the open loop system.
Yes.
We are looking for the characteristic equation. So basically, the theorem ultimately, okay, P immediately you will get it from the open loop system. And when you do the mapping, when you do the shape, you will know how many encirclements. What is unknown is the Z. This is basically what we are going to do. So ultimately, if Z equal to 0, the system is stable, because Z will be the roots of the characteristic equation, which are the pole of the closed loop system. We will come to it. But what I'm trying to say, this is the whole, this equation will be, our equation ultimately. But let's have the, let's do some understanding. In here, how many poles I have in the system, poles and zeros?
2 balls.
2 balls.
2 poles, 2 zeros.
Yes.
But I'm taking, a contour in here. In this contour, how many poles and zeros I have?
Only 1 0.
Z naught equal to 1. Okay, and P equal to 0. So I should expect N equal to 1 minus 0 equal to 1. Let's look at this graph. Look at the graph. This is in the counterclockwise. How many times I'm going around the origin?
One time.
Clockwise.
One. So what I'm trying to say, later on, P, we know from the open loop system, and you will count it from here. You will, calculate it. The only thing is the Z. So it will be in the other direction, which we are trying to explain now. Let me take another one. How many poles and zeros I have?
احنا قلنا يا دكتور المفترض ان احنا we don't enclose the poles and zeros, right?
No, what we are saying, okay, first of all, Abdurrahman, how many poles and zero in general I have in the system?
You have 3 poles and 3 zeros.
3 zeros. If my path, my closed path, as it's given here, this one is enclosing 1 pole and 3 zeros. Okay, so what? So Z equal to what? Z equal to 3, P equal to 1. What should I expect N?
So I have kind of 2 circulations or 2
Exactly,
encirclements.
2 encirclement in the positive direction.
Yes.
Look at
But,
this one.
yeah, but you mentioned a very important point, Doctor, that we shouldn't encircle zero or pole, right?
That's correct. No, you should not go through them. You can encircle them. You can have them inside.
Oh, we shouldn't.
Don't go like this.
Yeah. You see now.
The pole, not the zero. The zero is not important because the pole will make the singularity. You can have them inside, but you cannot pass through them. One more thing.
What is JV, Doctor, or mu? The J mu in the graph B. J mu. What is mu and U?
Mu, this one.
لا في الجراف الثاني حق النايكوست اللي هو الاف بلين هذا فيه السيركيليشنز اي واحد يا دكتور الاكس الواي اكسس نسميه جي ميو. ايش الميو هذه تعبر عن ايش؟
Wait, this one? Are you talking about this one?
Yes.
No, this is not what he is saying. Okay, the best thing to understand is this is real and this is imaginary.
Oh,
okay,
that's it.
Real and imaginary. You are, look, you have, as I told you, the characteristic equation where in here. Okay, so now the characteristic equation in the frequency domain is going to be j omega equal to, j omega plus 2, and this is whatever you substitute. Now, as I'm changing omega, for each omega, I'm going to have certain value. Okay, and this value is going to be complex. Okay, and this is, I do the graph. Okay, real, complex, imaginary, and let's say this is omega. For each omega, I will have 2 values and then sketch them in the complex plane. This is basically what we are saying. So this is real and this is imaginary. It's not mu. Okay.
دكتور.
Look, this is V, maybe, and this is U. Basically, what we are saying, f of s equal U plus JV. That help?
I see. And it is just different notation to distinguish between the two.
دكتور.
You have the S plane and f of S plane, we call them. Both of them complex. Both of them complex plane. But you are mapping from one to the other.
One of them just map or is a function of the other.
Yes. Then
Doctor,
we will move around this one. That's basically what we are going to do. We will move around this one, and each point will give me a point in here. Okay. And we will come later on. How do we generate? I generate this one? This is okay. Another one. Now, how many poles and zeros are in, how many poles and zeros I'm encircling?
minus 1 ball.
Only pole. So Z equal to 0, P equal to 1. So N should be equal to 0 minus 1, which is going to be minus 1. And look at this one. N is moving in the counterclockwise direction, which is minus 1.
دكتور
ايوه
الحين البول في الجي في الاس بلين، البول في الاس بلين نفس الموقع حقه بيكون في النايكوست بلين.
بالاف اوف اس بلين each point ultimately look هذا كله to demonstrate to make you understand what's important to us. Look, what's important to us is this plane, isn't it? I don't want any roots of the characteristic equation in this area. This is infinity, going to infinity.
صحيح. طيب دكتور الحين في when we talk
Wait,
take
Abraham, let me finish. So basically, what we are going to take, we are going to take this path from 0 to infinity, go encircle the infinity and come back. And by going through this contour, what will be the f of s? What will be the characteristic equation look like? Okay, that's basically what we are going to do. This is in here to demonstrate to you, you know, because in here, this will be infinity. So at least let's talk about finite thing. And later on, once we understand it, we will go to the other one. Yes, Abdurrahman, now.
طيب دكتور الحين لو ترجع بس السلايد اللي قبل how we do two circulations يعني how we do two circulations يعني
Because I did not give you the function. It is, you know, they are giving you this information now. Later on, when you have the function, you map, you sketch it, and that's what will happen.
يعني these two circulations crossing the G V axis specific points and also they use specific points ولا arbitrary?
Look, in here again, what we are going to do, we are going to make, you know, rough graph similar to
body plot.
الروت لوكس however كله هو يعني ما هو accurate ولكن on the J omega axis I have to figure out the breakaway point. I have to figure out that one. In here we are going to see something similar. It will be very, you know, not accurate graph, but certain points are important to us and we have to get them. Let me stop in here because, you know, we have to go to the quiz. Okay, Shabab, good luck.
الكوز حيبدأ 35 دكتور.
الحين 33 حتى أعطيكم دقيقتين تاخذون نفس تفتحون البلاك بورد. Okay. There is no lock down screen. You can go backtracking. وبس ربنا يسهل عليكم بس. Good luck.
Do we need a camera, Doctor?
كيف؟
Do we need a camera?
Of course, yes. إلا هذه عاد لا عاد أزودها يعني خليك شوي.
دكتور وين بيظهر في الإكزامز ولا وين؟
كيف؟
الكويز بيظهر في الإكزامز under exams؟
No, under quizzes.
تمام.
أيوة.
For some reason, my camera is not working. I will exit the Zoom and come back, okay?
ماني سامعك يا ابني، الصوت مو واضح.
ما أدري ليش الكاميرا مش شغالة. بطلع وبرجع من الزوم.
If you're going to can send me على الواتساب. الحقيقة بعض الأحيان الصوت مو واضح أو بعض الأحيان we will, you know, affect. الحين الاختبار الكويز بدأ. So please, if you have anything, you know, send me on private.
Doctor, I'm joining from another device, another account.